Good morning, everybody. I'm excited to unveil this new setup. Hopefully, you guys do like it a lot, as this will kind of simplify things. That way, I can continuously look into the camera instead of just keep turning around while we look at items or PC hardware, or if you have any specific Discord things that you would like to send, it will go immediately to this camera instead. So we're just about to get started here. If anybody here has questions about PC building or tech, feel free to ask, or you can feel free to ask any question that you would like. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. What's up, fam bam? Hopefully you guys get this setup instead. It's a little bit different. I definitely got to do some different background settings, I feel, so to say, as we're busy testing out different items here. Currently testing out now I can finally say what I'm really testing out is the Lenovo Legion Go 2. We're going to compare that next to the Xbox Ally X to see how well it does compare. I gotta say, so far it seems pretty interesting. The OLED screen is definitely nice on the Lenovo Legion Go 2. And also, of course, it does have a bit better specifications, but does that necessarily mean is it really a better handheld? And that's something that I will definitely put a comparison video between those two and also do a standalone review on the Lenovo Legion Go 2. So, what's up, Blue? I see that you're already in here. Hopefully you guys are having a great weekend so far. When it comes to PC and hardware, we spoke about a couple items that are going to happen. And that's going to be based on Intel's processor. They are obviously going to release their processor, which is going to be Panther Lake sometime soon. More than likely, we can expect that to be released around or more or so for the laptop side at least. And for maybe gaming handheld devices, we're going to see a bit more of that, especially in CES 2026. Hopefully, we do see some NVIDIA supercars when it comes to CES 2026 as well. But that's just high hopes. More than likely, I am certainly expecting a bit more of a delay when it comes to it. What's up, Wasabi? You like the new point of view? I'm glad that you do. Hopefully that everyone does like it. I figured this would be a better way, so that way I can continuously look at the camera, especially when we're looking up certain items, especially on the browser, instead of me going back and forth. That way it doesn't seem like I'm always turning my back to the camera. If anybody especially comes in here and they want to ask questions, but thank you. I do appreciate the feedback. I'm glad that you do like the point of view. Only difference is I definitely want to, I'm going to add a different light instead of the light that I currently have here. It's a great light and everything, but I do know the location it's at, it's like right in the doorway. So I definitely want to swap that out. I'm glad that you do like the new point of view. And this is actually through a A6300, so it's a bit of a smaller camera, and it would be much better for a desk camera, especially when it comes to the streaming aspect. I just hope this is more of a test stream, and that's why I'm doing it on Sunday, so that way we can certainly see how well it does end up performing. I'm waiting on a power packet for this camera, so that way it can get continuous power. Currently, I have it hooked up via USB, and hopefully it gives it enough charge as I'm going live. So, what's up, Takuma? Glad to see you in. Welcome, guys. Welcome, everybody. And I gotta say, I'm certainly excited for new hardware. We definitely could use some. I'm really curious to see what they're going to do on the whole motherboard side. If they're going to end up switching it, if they're going to add a pretty much like a refresh, more than likely we're going to see some sort of refresh when it comes to motherboards. And one of the projects I certainly am getting into, and I know everybody would love to see, is something more like a BTF build, or something that like a stealth build, or if it's MSI Project Stealth, any type of motherboard where the connectors are going to be on the back of the motherboard instead of the front. And I'm sure it's going to look much better aesthetically, and I would love to share that with you guys, especially building that project. And of course, we can't forget about Project Ninja, and that's going to currently be the next upcoming project. So I got of my Amazon orders delivered today. Among the things, I got acoustic panels and LED lights for my future setup. That's awesome. So how is the move going, by the way, Wasabi? Hopefully everything has been going well on your side. I know it's not the funnest thing to do, moving, but it certainly is a task that you can take advantage of, especially that you want to have that new setup of yours. Hopefully you have more room than expected. Have you set up everything in that attic area? I had to say. Let's see. There is some news I'm going to bring out to everybody when it comes to the gaming side, at least. I know for Xbox, for anybody that are Xbox fans thinking of going to PC, I don't blame you guys. You would have every right to, being that more than likely it's going to end up being more of a hybrid console instead of actually being a true console. It's going to cost just like a PC practically, because the new rumor is that it's going to be about $1,200 for this new Xbox. It's practically going to be the same type of idea, except you could actually use PC applications on it. So practically it's a hybrid PC console, and you can take advantage of certain applications, such as if you wanted to use, say, like Microsoft Word or Excel. You might be even able to use like Microsoft Visual Code if you wanted to. But again, at that point, might as well just build a PC. It's a much better experience. It's much easier to upgrade the hardware, and you don't have to buy Microsoft exclusive items. And that's the biggest issue when you do buy Microsoft consoles. Even Sony consoles are the same way. You're going to hit its limitations, and unfortunately, you won't be able to take full advantage of it. What's up, Frozen? Good to see you. So I haven't moved much, only a few things. I have plenty of room since I'll be on my own. So, well, since Nova Lake refreshed using a new socket, what are you going to do with the Z890 mainboard? Actually, I'm not too sure. So what I'm thinking with this motherboard, I'm thinking of a couple things. Now, more than likely, it's going to be, I'm either going to trade it in and just swap out the board, maybe just not use it at all. I feel like Arrow Lake Refresh might be a waste of everybody's time. I don't want nobody to get really into the whole Z890 side, and I don't want people to end up getting this type of board and being stuck on a specific processor and unable to upgrade in the future. So maybe we'll end up swapping it out for a different Intel board, maybe 18A. Or maybe we'll just go back to AMD, and this is all going to be voted on publicly. Either that, or I got a couple other ideas that I would like to do with the motherboard as well. But again, that's something we'll see, and we'll definitely make a vote on it for sure. So I haven't. So I have plenty of room since I'll be. Oh, there you go, Wasabi. No more stressing. You can finally get that green screen up that you wanted. So I will have a 755 square feet split on 3 floors, all for me. That's an advantage you can certainly take advantage of, especially if you want to set up that stream build. You can easily do it with a desk. You just have a desk mount. It's much more space efficient in that sense. So definitely looking forward to that, and I know you can't wait to get your PC built as well, because I know that 5070 Ti is just wants to get inside of a PC already. I know you want to test it out. So MSI also released the 760s. This is another motherboard that they're releasing. It's practically like an ITX board. It's pretty nice. They actually came out with a couple nice products. Some of you may have known. If you're familiar with Sapphire products, that they also release GPUs for the RX 9070 XT, They have the RX 9060 XT, and the reason why I mentioned the newest graphics cards for that is because you can actually hide the connection in those cards. You'll be able to put a plate on top of it, and it looks like there's no real connection on there. MSI actually came out with a 5070 Ti that you can also do the same way. And you can actually you can actually install the 12-volt high power port instead of it sticking on the side out of the case. I would actually have a shield on top of it to where you can actually connect the MSI 5070 Ti throughout the top of the card, and then there'll be a nice shield that you can actually sit on top of it as well. I think it's actually on the bottom on MSI's. I will have, so if I will use the green screen, I will have to move everything down to the living room. Oh, really? How's the, so which I have intention to put anything there besides the internet companies providing the main router. Yeah, and that's the biggest thing is, one thing I'd say, like, if anybody's moving and you're thinking about things like gaming, or if you're thinking of streaming, it's definitely a good idea to look at the internet providers around before you move to that area. You'd be surprised that some areas might not have the certain type of coverage that you're looking for. I usually highly recommend everybody out there, if you're thinking of getting into like PCs, or if you're thinking of getting into streaming, or if you're thinking of getting into like any type of content creation, I do highly recommend getting fiber optics, because it's going to be quite the difference over something like cable. And the difference between cable is because you can have fast download speeds, but when it comes to the upload speeds, they're going to be quite the polar opposite. They're going to be about, say you get 700 megabits download speed, your upload speeds might be only about 30 megabits on cable, versus when you get fiber optics, you can get like about 700 megabits per second and you can get also 700 megabits for upload speeds. What's up, LSG? Good to see you. Welcome in. Well, that's the point. It's frustrating that even a refresh CPU generation needs a new CPU socket and chipset again. Intel made again the one small mistake. Yes, I feel that it's a large mistake on their side. I think that's part of the reason why they got rid of Pat Gelsinger, is because they knew that Arrow Lake wasn't going to go anywhere, and that it was going to run into Intel more into the ground more than anything. And that's why they brought in the new Lip Bhutan, where he's going to end up changing up the whole mindset when it comes to Intel. I'm hoping that it certainly does change for the better. It sounds like 18A is going to be a very promising processor for anybody out there that does want to do some sort of Intel build. Apparently, it's supposed to be even competitive against the 5nm nodes that currently even AMD has. So we'll see how true that is. It's just going to, well, it's more the 3nm nodes that they're really competing to, but we're going to see how it turns out. Hopefully it comes out as promised, and I'm more than curious to see the potential, especially like in something like the laptops and the current handhelds. From there, that's when they'll end up doing more of the hybrid processors, to where they're going to start to have the desktop variants for Panther Lake. So I don't want to waste money for a sofa and TV. I don't watch TV anymore. I will use as a place to record content. I will use it for my video builds. That makes sense. You're trying to be a bit more efficient. So practically you're going to live in a studio. You're going to set up your place as a studio. That's a good idea, in fact. It's certainly space saving in that sense. And if you need the space, especially when you're doing something like if you're doing more video builds and everything, that will certainly, you can take advantage of that. You can actually, what I highly recommend for anyone, if you have the space for it, is definitely get like almost like a toolbox that you can get for your PC. You can practically store everything that you want. It's space saving. You can put all your PC tools in there, and plus you can put all the different PC components that you have extra of, such as PC fans, or if you have, say, some SSDs or something like RAM. Well, as you all know, RAM's expensive, so you definitely want to be able to save that. But it's good to have a place where you can store it, and also have a table where you can work on your PC as well. So I hope that in 2027, Intel brings a new generation with a new socket, of course in the Z1090 chipset, but also the start for a platform with multiple generations of CPUs. Certainly, that would be nice. It's funny because Intel has been already talking about releasing the 18A, and they're already wanting to jump the gun. They want to jump into 14A already. So that just tells you that Intel does have a lot planned. Hopefully they don't change around the socket this time when it comes to the 14A. It's a possibility that they could, but I don't think they will. More than likely, they're going to stick more with this LGA 1954 platform instead of this whole 1851 platform. Because the problem with the whole 1851, it was made to be more power efficient than actually drawing more power. So it's not bad to get more power efficiency, but there's also people who want to build a PC because they want to be able to do the tasks such as gaming. They want to be able to use their PC for content creation. They want to be able to use their PC for videography and photography work. So Intel is supposed to be the brand to go to when it comes to Adobe products. When it comes to even gaming, Intel's great for gaming as well. But for anybody out there who say is interested in getting Intel, you see that they currently have sales for Intel's 265K or their 285K. There's nothing wrong with the processor. It definitely can perform the tasks that you're looking for, especially for as cheap as you can currently purchase the processor for. You can actually buy this processor for probably about, I think it's like about, what was it, 260? About 260 or even lower than that. And you can be able to play all the modern games that you currently can. But the biggest issue when it comes to this processor isn't the processor itself, it's more of the motherboard. Because if you do want to upgrade that CPU, you're going to be limited. And yes, they are coming out with a new processor for this Z890 board, but it's going to be more of a refresh. I wouldn't expect dramatic changes or dramatic numbers, especially if its technology could only go so far with this motherboard. So if you do choose to go with this motherboard and this processor, especially if you see a great deal on it, you can certainly go for it, especially if you're not the type to constantly upgrade hardware, especially a motherboard and a CPU. If you're not, then it could be for you, especially for people who prefer to keep their PC around for like around 4 to 5 years, just prefer to just upgrade your GPU. This wouldn't be a bad deal for anybody out there in that sense. So it is painful to explain to people why I don't have. Yeah, you know what's funny? You know what's funny, Wasabi? It's the way your living room is gonna look like is going to be like the minimalistic type of living room, and yeah, it just looks like you're going to be more the person that's going to be the one traveling, or you're more of the guy that doesn't need anything. But little do they know you're going to have like a full out, blown out studio. Eventually, it's going to look like that. And it builds up real quick. Simply Takuma says, I hope that the 18A shares the same CPU socket with the 14A, and that they can make it for 17A, 16A, and 15A for multiple CPU generations, lineups. Intel sales, yeah, but not like the way Best Buy, yeah, and that's if nobody knows what Best Buy did, they originally had the Intel's 265K or the 285K. You could purchase that bundle. No, not the 285K. My mistake. It was, in fact, it was the 13th and 14th gen. It was Raptor Lake. It was Raptor Lake and Raptor Lake Refresh. And they were selling as a package deal Z890 boards. So if you did end up purchasing from Best Buy that combination, well, it's not going to end up well, especially if you tried to install a CPU on a Z890 board. It's going to be quite the difference in pins. Hopefully the notches are a little bit different. I couldn't tell you right off the bat if they are, but if that would be some sort of indication. The only difference, the size is going to look mostly the same. It would just be less pins. being used up. So, and it wouldn't work. So Wasabi said, well, I have a TV, but I use it only for gaming. Hopefully, NVIDIA now owning part of Intel helps Intel come out of this hole and come out with strong and better processors. Hopefully so. I certainly hope that they do improve in that aspect. That would be great if that's the case. I think Intel said that they're not going to give up. They're not going to give up that their own GPUs. But more than likely, everything's going to be in the back burner on that side. When it comes to NVIDIA, they certainly do want to come out with a SoC with Intel. So it's going to be, obviously, Intel is going to be very focused more on the whole CPU side, as NVIDIA is going to be focused more on the graphical side. And they're going to take advantage of this deal, especially when it comes to handheld devices, when it comes to laptops, when it comes to even gaming consoles. We do know that PlayStation 6 has signed a deal with AMD, and that's going for the upcoming year of 2026, and so on. So you know already that PlayStation... Oh, there we go. That's why this was a test stream, guys. I knew that wasn't going to hold. Be right back. I'll have to switch out the battery, guys. Let me see. This is hilarious. All right, let me swap. Yeah, that's why I figured this would be great as a test stream, because I figured that would happen. Good thing I always carry backups. I had a feeling that this micro USB wouldn't be enough of a source of power to keep continuously powering this camera. So just give me a second. There we go. And soon, there goes the camera. Should power on. There we go. Yeah, that's exactly what I need. I need a dummy battery. Again, this is an older camera, so I kind of had a feeling that this would happen. It's one of these type of little the batteries, so I gotta swap that out. This is actually, it's funny because originally I wanted to give this camera to my wife. She doesn't really use it too often, so I figured I might as well just end up using this camera. And the funny thing is, I do got the dummy battery on its way. Unfortunately, it didn't arrive just quite yet. But once the dummy battery gets here, I think this setup would certainly be a lot more... it certainly would be better. I was wondering why we were angled different today. Yeah. So, what? Yeah. Our IP battery. The funny thing is, it's like... I'm sure if I put the A7S III up there, I think it's... I don't know if this support would really hold it. Does the battery charge fast? I mean, it charges pretty quick for the most part. But again, these are like much smaller batteries. So it seems that, we know for a fact that the battery only lasts like for what? That was like maybe 15 minutes? That's not much. So, let's go. I'm curious to see where the package is. I'm going to check out to see where this dummy battery is. I should have ordered it yesterday. That was my mistake. Not yesterday, the day when I ordered this desk mount. Let's see where it's at currently. It says it's out for delivery, but it doesn't. It says arriving around 10:30 to 1:30. So it should be here sometime soon. Yeah, we ended up swapping out cameras. This camera, this one is the currently the A6300 that we're doing this on. The other camera, of course, as you guys know, is the A7S III. And if I could always put that up there But the thing is, I'm gonna have to constantly like take it on and off, and probably need a different type of desk mount for that. Because if I put that one up there, it doesn't let you swap out the tripod heads, unfortunately. So my PC has a 90 Celsius on CP with the new cooler and paste. Awesome. Amazon delivers on Sunday. Yes. Yeah, they do deliver on Sunday. The HyperX Cloud 3 is so comfortable. It's just strange how light it is compared to my ROG Delta. I bet it is. How do you like it though? I figured that you would really enjoy it because I know the mic and the sound is quite well on that. So here in Switzerland, weekends are no delivery. You can order, but it gets shipped Monday. Well, that's a good thing. It's funny because here Amazon, they'll make sure everything gets delivered. They even have the post office. They even have our private package companies like UPS and everything deliver even on Sundays, believe it or not. So I guess Amazon pays them out in order to make these type of deliveries even then, which is pretty insane. So it is efficient in that sense. Like if you wanted a motherboard today, you could probably get a motherboard today if you really wanted to. So here in Italy, Amazon has Sunday deliveries. That's awesome. See, that's what you gotta love about Amazon, is the fact that it's very convenient when it comes to getting the products that you're looking for, especially when you don't. For anyone out there that doesn't really have any PC tech stores such as Micro Center, or they don't even have a Best Buy close to them, or for anyone that isn't close to even a Walmart, it's a lot easier to be able to get it delivered via Amazon for sure. So, speaking of which, let me see. I did want to. So I mean, at 50% of the Delta's price yet, it has better quality, better sound, especially the spatial. Oh yeah, isn't that amazing? It really sounds like it's you're there with spatial audio. You could really pinpoint like exactly where. Like if somebody's behind you in Battlefield 6, and you have these HyperCloud headsets on, you can certainly be able to detect exactly where they're located. So even it's DHL, FedEx, or UPS or Amazon, by itself, the postal office weekends don't deliver at all. Yeah, oh man, yeah. Well, you know what it is. That all has to do with. I bet that has to do with like the labor laws and everything too. But for some reason, Amazon pays its way out for that. I can hear someone's fart from the other side. I bet you could. It's just incredible, though. I certainly feel HyperX has come a long way when it comes to their headsets, certainly, for the most part. And let me see. I did want to share something with you guys. And I don't know if you guys heard of this case. Speaking of 12-volt high power connections, there has been, unfortunately, another case of a burnt PSU. Not burnt PSU, but a burnt connection. And that has to be it was actually on a Sapphire Nitro Plus. So somebody actually burned the connector. I'm not sure if they exactly installed it correctly, but this is only the second case known that this has happened. Considering that it's a pretty good track record, especially for the 9070 XT, they've been dropped since, since about March, and they've had very little issues or cases when it comes to their cards. But more than likely, I'm expecting that it could just be because that they were using their practically their 3-in-1 connector for the PCI Express. More than likely that's the case. Usually I recommend everybody to just go ahead and get a ATX 3.1 power supply. It is much better for cases such as this. Installing newer video cards, instead of trying to split the power into splitting the power on that 3-in-1 harness. So we have this website called Alza. If you order something before midnight, you'll be able to get it by the next morning. It's legit 90%. Oh yes, the MSI melting cable problem, what happened now? I'll show you guys, in fact. So is the Ultra 5 245K good with the RX 9070 XT? Yes, it is a great combination. They certainly can work together. What are the specifications that you're thinking of building, and what type of display do you have? Are you thinking of running a 1080p display, or are you thinking of running a bit higher, like at 1440, or are you thinking even pushing up to 4K? It all depends when it comes on that side, at least. So I'll show you guys real quick. It's going to look like this. Let's see. It's going to look like this right here. And this is all on video cards here. And if you look down here, you can see that they actually use that same connector, which is the one that I have back here, that blue connector harness. Not that one. I have quite a bit of them. Thank you. That's fine. Warm's fine. Yeah, thank you. Just getting my fresh, yeah, milk tea for my wife. Yeah, handmade milk tea. Okay, yeah. So this is the connector right here. It looks just like this. Hopefully you guys can see that. Focused in. Where are we, by the way? Gotten used to your PC room. You're actually still in the PC room, just a different angle. Yeah, you guys are actually facing on top of the monitors now instead of versus the angle right here. The camera actually used to sit like right where my hand is, right here. So then it would actually face like the whole PC. But now you guys are facing the monitor side, so to say. Eventually I do want to put like another capture card. Yes, exactly. Other point of view. So this is the other angle. You can see the desk that I always work on behind me, like where we have all the products. We have right now we got the Lenovo. What the heck? That's a weird error. Okay, good. OBS just gave me this weird message. It just, you know what it said? It said that it disconnected and reconnected. Hopefully that didn't interrupt the stream any. Shout out to Mrs. Amizo. I'll let her know. Right now she's getting breakfast ready. She's right now she's going to make some eggs, sausage, and some bread with some peanut butter. We prefer peanut butter or cream cheese. No, cream cheese is better with the bagels, to be honest. Yeah, that's all thanks to OBS. OBS just thanks to OBS. For some reason it disconnected and reconnected real quick. Have no idea exactly why. Let me exit out of that. I had my I actually had a workspace that was also open, so hopefully that disconnecting from that also ends up. Yeah. It was all thanks to OBS. All right, so speaking of which, so when you install harnesses such as this, you want to make sure that they're fully seated. And there was problems with this, which is the 12-volt high power ports. Yes, they all blow up. Yes, doesn't matter the color, blue, yellow. It does not matter. The problem with this is that if you hook it up, only been shooting. Yeah, it feels like it at times. So if you look at this, you don't want to use something like this. And there's 3 different power PCI Express connectors into one. It looks, but when you really think about this, it just looks like a terrible idea, right? It's like, it's kind of like what you can do to your socket, like when you install like an extender, or you're installing some sort of like a device that you shouldn't really put inside of an electrical connection. And something like this looks like not a good idea when it comes to electrical engineering. But anyway, the most important thing is when it comes to 12-volt high power port, just upgrade to ATX 3.1. It's not going to cost that much. It's going to save your heartache, especially if you burn the connectors. You don't want to burn out your GPU. It's not going to be worth it. What's your take? What we talked about with LSG on Discord, Office Game. I didn't get to read it, but we can certainly take a look at it, and more than likely, it's going to probably end up what I was saying a little bit about it yesterday. That's like AV2 versus HEM. Yeah, I know. It just is a terrible idea. So I have to show you what I found yesterday while I was looking at OLED monitor reviews. Okay, so we're going to Discord now. And on Discord, we're going to look over a conversation based on chairs when it comes to gaming chairs. Certainly, one thing I do have to say is be careful of the chairs that you certainly buy. Because when it comes to chairs here, let's see, right there. We're going here, perfect. So when it comes to chairs, is it under, let me go up here. I'm assuming it's under PC hardware, is it? No. Bring that down some. Or was it under questions and answers, maybe? Which server was it in? So yeah, I don't trust any of those harnesses with 12-volt high power port cables. It's crazy. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Don't use the harness, even though they provide it. It's a terrible idea. Please don't do it. You're going to regret it. Roundtable. Oh, okay. So it's in the members roundtable. Gotcha. So, okay. So from what we have here, do not buy this. So, is it legit? I've had only one gaming chair, was mid-range and was horrible. Also, okay. So let's watch this TikTok real quick. Get an idea. What's up, Victoria? Do not buy this. Yeah, that's true. So from what he's saying is true. You don't want to buy a gaming chair. Let's see. Yes. Right. So from what he's saying is 100% true. You don't want to get a gaming chair. You do want to get more of an office chair. It's much more comfortable. From what he's saying is 100% true, because if you get a gaming chair, a lot of them are just made terrible. If you've sat on a gaming chair before, it's practically like a plank of plywood practically that they sit on the bottom seat of the chair. And the same thing with the back. It's not really much of anything. Then they add some cushion in there to make it seem like there's some support, some synthetic cushion, and that's about it. But once you sit on it, it's going to feel like you're sitting on wood practically, especially after some use, after about a year or so. You would really feel you would lose all the cushioning, and then it would just feel like you're just putting all your back's weight onto a chair where there's not really any type of support, compared to an office chair where they are made for comfort. They're made for comfort to sit in. They distribute your body weight much more evenly, and they help you sit in a proper posture when you are at your desk practically. So I'd certainly highly recommend. Definitely get more of an office chair, like the one I have behind me. Like I can show you guys real quick, is the Herman Miller gaming, not really a gaming chair, but it's an office chair. It's the Aeron 2, I think it is. It's very comfortable. I highly recommend looking at your Facebook Marketplace. You can find these chairs actually for a great deal, and they will last you practically a lifetime. So thank God I went with the office chair. Absolutely. So is the No Beach Air Hero a bad gaming chair? Was planning to get that. Noble Chair Hero. I can't say because I've never sat on it. But I would say I wouldn't get any type of gaming chair unless it was made under a brand such as Herman Miller. Now I'm going to show you some, which I will in just a bit after I answer Victoria's question here. I have a 60 Hz 2 millisecond monitor and have a PS5. Should I get a new monitor? And if so, a PC maybe, or even use a PS5. PS5 has 120 hertz and FPS, but PC could do a lot and cost a lot more. Certainly, yes, absolutely, Xenomorph. That is a real problem. So to answer Victoria's question, when it comes to upgrading your monitor, you certainly can. You can do it for a PS5. You can actually even display up to 1440 if you want to, and take advantage even of an ultra wide, because now they have ultra wide support. If you go into 4K, you want to get a 4K 120 hertz monitor, you can. They do exist. I believe they're not going to be very expensive. In fact, you probably could even find a better deal on one that's 240 hertz. Now, if you choose to build a PC, that's certainly a great choice. If you choose to build a PC, just know that when you could always start off with a monitor. You don't have to just jump into building a PC, especially if you don't have the budget for it just quite yet. But I can tell you, if you go to PC, it's like night and day. You can end up, you will end up enjoying the PC a lot more, because you can enjoy a lot more various titles, and it's very easy to upgrade hardware-wise if you need to be able to keep up for today's standards, so to say. So if you choose to get a PC, just know exactly what you want to find inside of a PC, what type of use will you use it for, besides just gaming. If just in case if you wanted to get into something like content creation, make sure to keep that in mind. Also, if you're not thinking of that, maybe you're thinking of just strictly gaming, that's fine too. Just know what specifics that you want out of a PC, and then from there you'll have an idea of what kind of build that you would want. But you can feel free what you think of what you're expecting out of a PC, especially if you're thinking of gaming wise, or content creation, or coding, or whatever. So I think if you've gotten used to consoles, just buy a middle ground and go for it. I feel it's best to get a monitor first and really think about. Check General's chat. I think someone insane just set up with scrolling through some OLED monitors. Okay, sure thing. We're going to the general side here. Oh man, that looks like that's hilarious. You know what's funny? Is that the same case? Yeah, he has this. It looks like that case is similar to what I have, but that's a Cooler Master case for the Threadripper. But anyway, going that's quite insane. That's pretty wild. Oh my god, thank you so much for the answer. I play story games and Fortnite mostly. Okay, so if you play story, also video editing, but I do that on my phone. Okay, so eventually you're probably going to want to move that in. You're probably going to want to move that into PCs eventually. If you do end up moving it to PCs, if you do end up video editing, you also want to have a decent processor. You don't have to get nothing crazy in the beginning. If you, dude is a pilot. Yeah, absolutely. Getting blinded each day. So if you do want to do video editing, I would highly recommend you're going to want to get a processor that's mid-range. At least I highly would recommend something like a 9800 XTRD to kind of start off with. It's not going to be the strongest processor for video editing, but it's going to be great for you on the gaming side. Or if you choose to go Intel, that's fine too. Go Intel 265K, Intel 285K. They're both great processors as well. Now when it comes to the motherboard, again, feel free to join the Discord. We do have a Discord channel, and we certainly can share all the information. Myself and many of the other guys here, all the fan band, will certainly be willing to help as well. So if you join the Discord, we can certainly help a bit further there, and especially if you want to try to get a PC build compiled together, and especially if you're looking to play games like Fortnite and story games, probably play games like Expedition 33, I assume, but it can certainly be done, and it doesn't have to be massively expensive. I always highly recommend something like a 9070 XT. It's funny that we actually just spoke on behalf of it, but yes. Herman Miller, yes, they're quite insane. But I'm telling you, Takuma, they're 100% worth it. But you don't have to buy it new. I would, again, check out Facebook Marketplace. Check out the used marketplace. You'd be surprised that there's actually a lot of Herman Miller chairs out there. So, because there's going to be offices that obviously close up, that they don't need the chairs anymore. And you could get it for like a third of the price. I bought this chair for only $400 compared to $2,000. So, come on, there are Herman Millers for only for I know Wasabi wants to say something here. $2,000 are for the back posture. Choice is yours. So if you want to join the Discord, it's down in the description box down below. Or if you're on Twitch, you want to join the Discord, it's going to be at www.chrismizo.com. If you go to chrismizo.com, you can certainly be able to click the Discord link. It will take you straight to our server, and from there, you'll be all good. So a PC is about 1,200 euros, then a monitor is about 500 euros. Yeah, that's actually a decent budget. I just bought a lazy boy Euro type LOL. That's worth it. Hey, what are you guys? So recently we're talking about two things. We're talking about PC building. It looks like Victoria is looking to build a PC. And we're also talking about chairs. Specifically office chairs, because they're technically the best thing to use, especially if you're using it for gaming or if you're using it for your PC. I'm telling you, if you get a gaming chair, you'll 100% regret it. I have a gaming chair that just like sits in the back corner and it doesn't get any play because that's just how that's just how terrible it is. I don't ever want to see that thing again. So I don't have Facebook any. You know what? I actually don't either. What you can do, you still can use the marketplace though. Just use like a dummy account almost. Just use a fake account and just go on Facebook. Just look it up. Also, X, Instagram, and Snapchat. I get it. No more Discord. YouTube is my place. I get it, Takuma. Hey, it's less distractions. And that might not work, Frozen. Reason being is I just cleared out my PC. I gotta put that command again. But thank you for trying to share it. I can. Let me see if I could actually share the link with you guys real quick. I might be able to. Let me know if it gets shot down again, because I know it worked. It can work, and sometimes it doesn't work. Let me see. I posted right here. Right here. There you go. Let me know if it works, guys. That's the link there too, actually. Your Hammer Mill, yeah, exactly. It absolutely, and that's the thing. It could have came from a studio that just shut down. Just don't buy a pre-built Victoria. We talk about that almost. It's a scam. Oh yeah. I have a Green Soul Zodiac. It's good. I think my. Oh yeah. That sucks. You just bought your PCEF. It's either enter the BIOS or fix the drive screen. So if you're getting that, enter the BIOS and see if it detects your drive. It sounds like your drive's messed up. It's more than likely your SSD, your NVMe is probably the case. I bet that's what it's going to be. If not, because I bet you get that screen where it tells you to get into the BIOS because it's not detecting the OS. It's your old PC. It's e-waste. Yeah, sometimes there's nothing you can do about that. Sometimes that just like ends. There's no case on it. Actually, let's go to Herman Miller real quick. Let's go to Herman Miller, guys. Man, I hope Amazon gets here quick enough. Because let me refresh their page, see where they're at. Man, this sucks. Because usually they'll let you know, like, you know how Amazon will let you know they're like 5 or like 3 stops away there. It says it's out for delivery, but they just give me the area of time, which is 10:30 to 1:30, and I still don't have any stops left or anything. So let's go to Herman Miller. Now there is a gaming chair actually that they do have. Pre-built isn't a scam. My country and has warranty, and in my country pre-builts are cheaper most of the time. Yeah, now pre-builts can be cheaper most of the time for wonderful. See, these are the different issues that I was expecting when running this camera. Oh man, this is hilarious. At this point, it kind of makes me want to hook up my other camera. So I should put up like a like a photo of me, like while this is like it goes down. So apparently this obviously gets too hot. Doesn't seem to be working too well with this camera. All right, guys, give me a second. I'm going to swap cameras for now. Let me see. I guess I gotta let this camera kind of cool off. And the crazy thing is, it doesn't even feel that hot. So I did some research yesterday. I found out the Yes. Oh man, this certainly is in need of a replacement. I gotta get a replacement camera for this one. The cooling does not work well on this. So I did some research yesterday. I found that the LD OLED monitors. In fact, while we're doing this, we could just go into the browser. We'll let, I guess, the camera cool off. So we're going to go into the browser here, and we're going to look up Herman Miller. And real quick, guys. So here it is. We're going to Herman Miller here. I've heard that the new... Okay. So going back a couple days, the PC crashed using Prime Video. So I've gotten down to the memory leak to where RAM usage shot up from 11 grams to 32 grams. I just can't get it to stop going down. So it sounds like you have a memory leak somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely that. Yeah. It's definitely a memory leak. I wonder if it's just Prime itself. The way to test that is test it on a laptop or test it on another device to see if that actually happens. And speaking of pre-builds, actually Victoria brought up a good point, and that some pre-built PCs are actually cheaper than some custom-built PCs. But the thing is, also be mindful when it comes to pre-builds, because a lot of them they have a certain extent when it comes to upgrading them. So right here you see gaming chairs. They do have some if you are looking for gaming chairs, but they're they're actually combined with Logitech, and it's called the embodied gaming chair. So if you're looking for a bit more more comfort, this is actually a decent chair. But the thing is, look at the price range. It's going to be high. It's pretty high pricing range. And this chair, it's at $1,533. Now, a lot of people will certainly look at them and be like, "Man, that's not worth it. That's not." But look at the stars. That just gives you good indication of how comfortable the chair is. Actually has a suspension on it, so it distributes your body weight, so you don't have to worry about your back pressure mostly. And that's the biggest problem when it comes to gaming chairs. So the 48-inch OLED B4 is on sale at Best Buy for $530. I'd say an amazing price for what could be a great PC monitor given its size. Absolutely. If you can get it for that cheap of a deal, OLEDs are just going to constantly keep going down in price. We're already up to like the 4th generation in OLED. So you're going to find better deals, especially when it comes to OLED monitors, and it's definitely going to be a bit more common as well. The reason why a pre-built is a scam is because of all the hidden parts. Absolutely, there is a lot of hidden. What's wrong, Alex? You're tired? Yes, I have the C5. So gaming chairs are basically overpriced. Office chairs with gamers, pretty much. Gaming chairs are just overpriced junk. The best chairs to honestly get are these type of chairs. The chair that I currently have is the Aeron. The Aeron's actually a great chair, and it looks just like this. This is the one I have. Is that not the stool? Not this one. Let me see. It's more of a classic. I don't even think they have it up here anymore. But I'm surprised that maybe they called the Aeron stool now. It looks sort of like it. Nah, that ain't it. That can't be it. Let me see. It's just not listed right now. Let me see. The Mirror 2 is a decent chair too. It is... Let me just look it up here. Mine's is the Aeron. They have even the Aeron gaming chair. I had no idea. I recommend an office chair with at least leather, at least that my skin itches, and any other material, it's bad. Absolutely. That's a bad thing about it. And here we go. The Aeron, here it is, the Aeron chair. And this is about, like, it's worth about $1,500, but I guarantee you, you look at a place like Office Marketplace, a Facebook Marketplace, you can definitely get a great deal on something like this. Hey, I using my TV monitor as a 48-inch, awesome. Being broke isn't bad. Victoria's right. It's not bad being broke. Definitely just gives you more discipline to be able to look for a position that can bring you up. Especially as a student, this is common. You're not going to have a lot of money as a student. My friend has a 54-inch 1440p IPS curve. I believe it makes me dizzy. And another thing I may add too, Alex, you don't want to also grow up too quick either. Believe me, you want to make sure to enjoy what you can, especially in school, and take advantage of your time in school. I would say, don't worry about money as much. So being rich won't make you happy because you'll be lonely, probably, as people will use you. I can agree on that side. So LSG says $1,800 for a chair sounds crazy till you spend $3K over a couple of years trying. Exactly, and that's the problem. It sounds insane, right? What are you doing, Aaron? Take a look at this, right? Look, look at these beautiful camera angles that they have in this chair. But I'm telling you, it looks insane. It looks crazy expensive, right? But it's 100% worth it. And again, you could get it for such a great deal. And I'm broke. OLED TV, 120 hertz, 4K, and it was 700 euros. Tell your friend to buy your whole theater room as his monitor for his PC. And let me see. We'll try to. Let me try to turn it back on. It should have cooled off by now. Do we have lights? Do we got it? And hopefully that does it. Is it? There we go. Wonderful. We're back. We're back. Okay. So hopefully it stays cool this time. So now I know this camera gets a little hot. We're definitely gonna. So as me, be rich, but but I will have two 5090s and SLI for no reason if I'm rich. You know what? What do you guys think? We're going to take a look. We're going to go ahead and go online. We're going to take a look on Facebook to see how much these chairs are. And let's see. We're going to go onto the marketplace and use my burner account. Use my Facebook burner account because I don't use it. I even the password's wrong when I type it in. Let's see. It says I entered an old password. That's how often I don't use it. Send the code. Let me see. I'm going to get into the Facebook account and we're going to find this chair. So I would be too busy driving my GT3 RS Porsche Cup car tracks to worry about what other... That's one way. Sounds like yes. This is at the time when Sony has great mirrorless cameras. This is like when they first started producing it. The A6300 was the successor of the A6000. And when they came out with this camera, it was great for 4K and everything. But the biggest problem with this camera is the heat dissipation. It has none. Apparently, once I get this power brick for this camera and stop relying on this battery, It should relieve some of the heat, hopefully. If it doesn't, we're certainly going to look at other options here, because this is a bit crazy. So let's go into here, almost into the account. So, and modifier your Cabrio, Bugatti. You know what's crazy? What does everybody think of the electric Bugatti? I gotta say, that's at CES. They were showing that off at CES. That's freaking insane. And I'm in, and let me get my code here, and we're going to look at Facebook Marketplace together. I bet we can find some Herman Miller chairs for a great deal. And you saw how much it was. I'm going to skip that. And let's get to the marketplace. It'll be worth it just for the marketplace itself. Okay, so we're going to go in. Right now, let me see. Just give me a switch over here. Stream browser. Okay, so we're going into Facebook Marketplace now. We're going to find the Aeron. And let's see. We're going to put Herman Miller. And you're going to find some chairs for a good deal. Now, this guy's insane. He's trying to sell it for what he spent on it. $1,200 for a used chair. So he tries to sell it as barely barely used. That's what he said. Barely used. And you know what it means. When someone says barely used, it means they used the F out of it. That's what it means. So I am tall. I am not a good fit for me. I'm not motivated. I'm not a motivated seller. Will not sell to, what do you say? Lowball offers. Oh man, that's fun. This guy, man, he's definitely the top salesman. He makes me want to buy the chair, right? It's very interesting. If you look at Facebook Market, I know it's off topic, but it would be pretty funny if I go into Facebook. It's very interesting, I gotta say. So, look, right here, $200 for this chair. There you go, $200. And that's for the Embody. Again, like, you see how cheap that is? Yeah, that's not like a car sales, no smoking, well maintained. Yeah, exactly. You know what it is. Like, especially when something like that happens. So, yeah, it's for sale for currently $16.23 Swiss francs. That is, oh wow. That's actually, is it new? I'm assuming. All right, so we get out of that one. How about we take a look at this one here? There you go. This seems a bit more. We're getting more into the normal people here. Like, this one's only $400, same exact chair, $325 used. And there you go. See, you can easily get a brand new chair. You can tell he changed out his wheels too. I've done the same thing. That I highly recommend that anybody out there that does end up getting a office chair, make sure to change out the wheels on them, because even the Herman Miller wheels on them are that cheap plastic caster BS. You want to change them out to something that has full-on bearings in there, where you can move nice. You can move back and forth nice and smooth. So I highly suggest that. It's that, or it's the color. Because Herman Miller comes in two colors. They have black, and they also have gray. This might be the gray color. But it kind of looks like, it could be dust. It does look kind of dusty. I want to buy this one. If that's the case. This one looks a bit more fair. This one looks like it's clean. It's definitely, like, if anybody's ever thinking of that, like, it's definitely worth getting this. Like, it makes a big difference. I have a 50 IQ, and my grandparents own a mansion. I could get it if they die, but the problem is my IQ there can't get a stable job to keep riches and pay taxes, because it requires a high-paying job. Yeah, that taxes will definitely eat at you. So Like when it comes to an expensive house, yeah, taxes will eat at you. So that actually looks decent. You know what? You want to take a look at PC hardware? Let's see if we got people. This is going to be very Miami-ish here. We're going to look at RTX 5090s. And we already, we got some up here that, oh, Founders Edition. There you go. Look, someone's already flipping it. That's very Miami-ish there. People trying to flip the RTX 5090 cards. So, do you think I would mind that if I'm 8,000? I mean, the shipping. Yeah, I know. It's I wonder how much the shipping would be for something like that. I know you can take them apart, and you could probably assemble it, but I can't guarantee you like how much the shipping would be. But yeah, like that. Did you try looking on Facebook Marketplace for a chair like that? 5090 straight from yeah, pretty much. There you go. PNY 2400. This guy's trying to sell it for $2,400 when you could just walk into the store and get one for cheaper. Yeah, but we don't buy anything that's not take a look at this one. Here we go. Gigabyte ROG Astral. This one's going to be all white, 3,300. That's, I guess, the thing is, it's probably used. Yeah, open box. When someone says open box, you know what they mean by open box. It means they opened it, used it for about several weeks, probably got the card that they wanted and said, hey, I'm going to sell this now. Those prices are kind of not bad, but too much scammers. Yeah, that's the thing. The more fair pricing, you could actually just go into Micro Center and you could probably get it for much cheaper here. Because the thing is, go to RTX 5090 here. Has the pricing on GPUs gone up already? That's the question here. It's a curse of having a Gigabyte. I know, ROG Astral. Yeah, I know. I know, that's what I mean. Gigabyte. Gigabyte ROG Astral. So, it's a curse having a 50 IQ sometimes. Can't learn anything, but almost. I'm happy, but can't get a good education or my job. It's just. It's hilarious, right? That's the thing about Facebook. That's how you know that that person doesn't really game on PC. That's more of a person that's probably selling. They're obviously the ones that are trying to flip for profit there. Simply Takuba, the ultimate form. Oh yeah, they both merged together. ASUS and Gigabyte, they both merged together to come out with this ultimate form, and it's called the Gigabyte ROG. Could you imagine that line? That would be insane. I couldn't imagine them ever working together. ASUS and Gigabyte working together. Okay, so if you buy it new, and there's 5 in stock, now tell me how that makes sense. You could get the white one, or you can get this for $3,359 at $50.90. I'd rather be rich and have no friends than be broke and have no friends. Anyone need my Arc Raiders bundle, by the way? I'll never even try it. There you go. Anybody looking for Arc Raiders? Go to Discord and talk to my guy, Xenomorphing. He will definitely share it with you. RTX 4090 and RX 6600, 200 euros in my country, which €1 is, yes, about that equivalent. So the games that I play, I like to play Battlefield 6, Ninja Gaiden 4. I can't wait for the new Resident Evil to release. Another game that I've been meaning to try. I don't know if you guys tried it or not. Is Silent Hill Type F. I've heard mixed things about it. I'm still in the middle of trying to beat Expedition 33 is another game. Gigabyte ROG Astral. Maximum GeForce. How about this one? What's their line again? So you get the ROG Astral Oris. And not only does it do RGBs, it's going to do like it's going to just transform at it. That Arc Raiders looks like a Concord. Yeah, I think not quite a lot of people are willing to play that. RTX 2060 is like 50 euros secondhand on eBay. That's not terrible. Especially for how cheap it is, 50 euros. See, the good thing is that there's still support with the RTX 2060. It's those who have a GTX 10, like 1660, or those who have like any GTX card, really, they're the ones SOL, because now NVIDIA is not willing to even update those cards anymore. So, what socket does it have now, and which? Let me see. Oh yeah, that's a great question. What type of socket would they do? What type of socket would ASUS and Gigabyte do put together? Like, what would their idea? Would there be two sockets? Would it be like almost like the old Intel boards, where the old Intel Xenon boards, where you had to put two Intel processors in them? I think it was the 2011 that did that too. Was it the 2011? I think it was. So ASUS tough GPUs looking, they are. And this is the reason why. If you look at the ASUS Astral, right? The reason why they look so beefy is because they have an extra fan built into it. So it's going to be much thicker than a lot of the average cards that you see, because that fan height is going to increase it. So the same thing with Gigabyte Oris Master. If you decide to go with their cards, you can choose to go with the extra 120mm fan on the RTX 5090, or you can just choose to have it off. It comes with a reverse fan if you want to install it to help exhaust the heat. But to be honest, I feel it's not necessary. It's a bit much, especially on a GPU. So I could buy a PC for 200 to 300 euros with the RTX. Nah, I wouldn't do it. Do not do that, Victoria. Do not do that. Terrible idea. It's a legendary Ryzen 47. Oh, you know what? Maybe this is what it is. If they combine together, if ASUS and Gigabyte combine together and make this motherboard, what if they go to Intel and the NVIDIA combo and get that SoC? Maybe they'll have that crazy... can you imagine what kind of build that would be? That would be pretty insane. Some sort of crazy Intel processor that has an NVIDIA SoC made for desktops, and plus you get a NVIDIA card into the PC as well, NVIDIA GPU. That would be crazy. So Gigabyte 5070 gaming OC is almost longer than my ASUS GT301 Reds. It's crazy, right? Like how big these cards are. Like when I originally got the 5070, when I got the Zotac 5070 to do the installation on it and put it into that PC, I was thinking there's no way it's going to be bigger than the RTX 3080, right? The RTX 3080 Ti, let me throw in there. When I removed it and put the new RTX 5070, it was actually much larger. It was a lot larger compared to the 3080, which made no sense to me. And it's mostly because of the cooling. It's because of the fans that they put on there, and obviously it has it doesn't have more VRAM than it. It has G7, but that's it. They're both about the same when it comes to the 3080 Ti. Yeah, but who would have the biggest logo? That's a good question. Who would throw their logo on there first? Would it be ASUS or Gigabyte? Or would it be a combination of both? Would it be the Gigabyte logo, right? The Gigabyte logo, but with ASUS's ROG I on there. RTX 5090 is probably the worst GPU to buy, and the RTX 5080 are due to high unless you're very rich. 5080 is a bit more fair. If you look at they've been dropping down in pricing. Hopefully it continues dropping down in pricing, but because of the oh, what happened to the browser there? All right, let me. Oh, I accidentally. You know what it is? I accidentally hit the wrong key. That's what it is. No wonder why I went crazy. So, if you get a 5080, you can actually get a Gigabyte GeForce RTX 5080 WindForce. You can actually purchase it for $979. That's honestly much more fair compared to what it was before. That's actually under MSRP. That makes more sense. What doesn't make sense is the RTX 5090s, where they should technically be under 2,000, right? Now tell me how that makes sense that an RTX 5090 is $3,000, where it should be a bit closer to like 1,900 or 1,800 or 1,900. What's up, Nick? Also, it's unfair. Famous people on social media get sent free RTX 5090s and normal people have to pay for it. Well, it's because they're using them for more the marketing side, I would say. Gigas. That's a good one. Gigas. Oh, get. You know what? It kind of makes me want to Photoshop that together. Like Photoshop like a Gigabyte image and Photoshop Gigabyte's logo, right? The Oris logo, and then put the ASUS logo and put the eye in it just to see what it would look like. It would probably look pretty crazy looking. I just game on a 27-inch. That's awesome. What type of games do you play, by the way, Navy? And I gotta say, thank you for your service too, Navy. Frozen Fusion, Crazy Horse. I don't know. Gigabyte Gaming OC RTX 5080 was 1,600 in my country. Oh yeah, it just depends on where it is. I think for some reason it's on sale here, but it's pretty crazy. Look at this price gap between the two. You have the Gigabyte NVIDIA RTX 5080 WindForce, right? And then you compare it to it's because it's the Oris Master, that's why. The Oris Master Ice is nearly $500 more than the standard RTX 5080. So if you were to compare these two, honestly, this is going to be more about looks. You're buying... Oh, there goes the camera. Let's see if the other battery's charged up. And it probably is. So I gotta let this charge up for a second. Where are you, Amazon? I need this power brick already. Ooh, what's that, like the third time that camera went down? I'm so happy I found someone in need of money and sold me their 5090. Oh, that's actually a decent deal. The Astral 5080 was $2,100. It's insane, right? That's like the price of a RTX 5090. It should be. What's the difference between Founders Edition and other... So, that's a great question, Frozen. So, the Founders Edition, the biggest difference between it is that it has just a blower on there, practically. It just has, I believe, it has the two blowers on there, and that's it. It's very minimal. Now, a lot of people who get the Founders Edition, it's great to get it at MSRP. That's the real reason. It's the cheaper one, and it's made by NVIDIA. So it can do the task that it performs, but it can get relatively hot. So a lot of people prefer to go after something like Gigabyte, or they prefer to go after ASUS, because then the cooling system not only gets better, but they also have a factory overclock to those cards. So when people do get the Founders Edition, there's two things. They can plan on keeping that card just for how cheap it is, or the second part is where they plan on trying to go, they prefer to go with a system where they plan on cooling it, meaning that they're going to liquid cool their PC. And if you have the Founders Edition, then it's going to be a lot easier to find the heatsink for that card, because it's much easier to break it down to its PCB at that point. Thanks. I'm probably just going to build a real PC. Yes, it's a great idea to build a PC. It's definitely much better to do so. I got the RTX 5090 ROG Astro White Edition for 2330 Swiss francs. That's a nice deal. Now, again, like you can get, there's PNY, there goes PNY again. There goes a pre-built. And this one has a, no, 5080. I was going to say, I typed in, oh yeah, that's right. I typed in 5080, that's why. I thought it was going to be a 5090. And this one's the crazy one here. This is just a waste of money, in my personal opinion. It's something like this. It's like, this is almost $2,000 here. Take a look at that. This card itself is almost $2,000, and this is that gold edition one. Isn't that insane? You could get like a 5090 for that price. Almost a 5090. You might as well at that point. And it would stick out like a sore thumb too. Like imagine, it would look nice in a black build though. And even in a white build. But again, it's just like, it's just insane how much this card is. So Founders Edition is the NVIDIA version of the GPU. Yes. Spray paint. Absolutely. Thank you. I have a 5800 X3D with a RTX 3070. 8 gigabytes, so not ready for Battlefield 6. Ah, I gotcha. Really? I would think you would be able to play with those specs. What? It makes me want to look at the specs of Battlefield. Is it the TPM 2.0 or is it the? Because I would think you could. This is for those very rich people in Dubai. Yes, with the full gold cases. That's what it seems like. Look, they even put the 7680 by 4320 maximum resolution. What's the selling point of that? That's a weird selling point. Key features. I would definitely put it's gold. It's a gold GPU. That's why it's $1,900 there. Can play Battlefield. Yeah, that's what I would think so too. I think it's the TPM 2.0. That's definitely doing it. Because it can be played on the ASUS ROG Ally. And it can also be played on a lot of the current handhelds. So I would think it could definitely play like a 30 with a 3070. I have a good indication. Maybe it's the TPM 2.0. Just has to be enabled. Yeah, I would give Battlefield 6 a shot. I think you could play it. That card is for a custom water cooler, guys. That will get the yes, the yellow coolant. You can't have it without the yellow coolant. You know what they'll do? That have you ever seen it before? They actually have like this liquid gold, and they would probably put that in their system. They probably put something like that to cool it off. And let's take a look at some 5070 Ti's out of curiosity. I'm curious what the pricing is. It seems like they're holding up pretty well for the most part. Oh, I apologize, guys. I hit that wrong button. Let's see. There we go. So 5070 Ti's here. I'm waiting for this other battery. Man, this other battery it charges kind of slow. Hopefully there's some life in it. Let me see. I'm going to swap out the battery. Hopefully Amazon gets here sooner than later. I have a feeling that they're going to be a while. There we go. I don't know how long that battery is going to last, but we'll give it a shot. I know I got another battery somewhere. There we go. Back on. So, yeah. Description to the gold GPU. Gold and nothing else. Yeah, pretty much. Gold. That's it. I want to take a picture of the box just to see what it says. This is pretty fair. 750 for a 5070 Ti, $750. And it's so you can still get a decent GPU for a fair price. Now, even if you choose to go RX 9070 XT, I highly recommend it. If you want to upgrade out of the 30 series or anything like that, ASUS was crazy. They made real gold RTX 5090s, and it sold for over 500,000. I mean, Man, they know what they're doing though. They know the market that they're looking for here. Okay, that's the other battery charging. So here you can get the 9070 XT for $600. Now that's more than fair. See you, Wasabi. Good luck. I might not be in the next stream since next week is the end when I start moving into the new place. Real take care, boys. See you at the end of November. Good luck, Wasabi. I really hope the best for you. Hopefully everything turns out well. I'm looking forward to hearing your progress. Yeah. It's awesome, though. Congratulations on the big move. And I'm certainly excited for your upcoming future. But yeah, Sapphire Tech, that's still kind of high up in price. But this is actually the card that caused this issue, where it ended up melting this thing. Just for your guys' reference. But again, it's not really the card's fault. I wouldn't recommend using these conversion harnesses here. Yeah, please. Yeah, keep us updated. And if anybody's curious, we have a Discord. You guys are more than welcome to join it. It's free. It's right down in the description box down below. And you can feel free to ask any questions you like. But as you see back there, I got the consoles such as the ASUS ROG Ally, Lenovo Go Legion 2, and it magically turned on for some weird reason. That was weird. But yeah, I guess I knew I was talking about it. But anyway, you can feel free to ask questions about that. And right now we're talking about the topic of different GPUs. They're much cheaper in price. Hopefully Black Friday is going to be a great day, especially for guys who are looking for great deals on PC builds. People who are going from console to PC, feel free to ask questions. You can ask as many questions as you want. Well, I welcome all the lurkers who are listening in, who are curious about building a PC. Thank you guys for joining in. yeah, that's what it seems like. It does seem like it said that, right? This thing is massive, by the way. Just to show you guys. This thing is massive. Now, I gotta say, here, I'm gonna show you guys. It looks... Here goes the benchmark, actually, I just ran. I ran the Steel Nomad Lite. Man, this thing is massive looking, right? Hopefully it can kind of focus in, but you saw the benchmark that it got so far. But the OLED screen's gorgeous, right? It's not bad looking for an OLED device. So, $760. I think it's still overpriced for RX 9070 XT. It should be at least $650. Yeah, it should be. This card would be so much better in black. Like, the color doesn't match anything. And the thing is, they came out with this weird color. But I would say it matches a bit more when it comes to the ASUS Tough series, like when it comes to those type of motherboards. Almost that, I guess they would call it the military grade look. The big black. Yeah. That's right, Takuma. YouTube is recommending me this live stream. I'm in the process of building a custom ITX 360 Rad. That's awesome. Thank you for letting me know. A custom ITX 360 Rad water cooled P. That's awesome. What are you planning to do with that type of build? Yeah, but yeah, it hasn't been a bad device. The GUI or the software when it comes to the Lenovo Legion is kind of odd. But I do like the fact that you can like be able to like take off the controllers, kind of like the Switch does, and you can just like remove the joysticks and everything, which is pretty dope. But yeah, you just pull it apart just like this, and it comes off. And then you can also game with it when they go like that. So you can actually sit it like a tablet. And it has like a kickstand on the back of it and everything. By the way, what's the point of eATX boards? So the point of it is if you're looking to have a bit more peripherals onto your board, like if you're planning to more of the expansion of the PCI Express. If you're planning to say, like if you want to do more of a streamer build, you can hook up like a Elgato capture card to add onto your PC. And then you can add on, like maybe you want to put 2 of them in there. So it's like items such as that you can take advantage of when it comes to eATX. That's the advantage of it. So it's like you'll get an advantage there, or maybe it has one extra NVMe you can take advantage of. It just gives you a bit more room in that sense. But when it comes to standard ATX, you can practically do the same thing if you don't need as much of expansions. It has like the same limits when it comes to like any other ATX board, but it's just depends on the processor also. The processor that you get for that motherboard. Nintendo vibes, I know, right? That's what it feels like. Mainly gaming. I know custom hardline water cooling is not worth it. Yeah, I agree. And then you don't. Also, if you end up trying to sell it, it's not really worth trying to. You're not really going to get the money that you paid out of it. And that's why I don't really mess with water cooling as much. I thought about doing those type of builds, but nobody's going to truly be interested in it. And it's so much maintenance to do it too. It's sure, I'll run nice and silent, but there is a lot of maintenance that goes behind that. I mean, there is like 5 eATX boards available. That's not bad. I got all the parts, and then life took a turn, so I'm back. But yeah, congratulations on your build. Definitely looking forward to it. Feel free to join the Discord. Show it off if you'd like. I'd love to see how your build looks. It's just down in the description box down below. You can certainly join it. I'm going to try to post it in the chat once again. I don't know if it's going to post correctly. So, I am looking to move to the AM5 platform just when struggling between graphics card and GPU. Oh, okay. What type of display are you gaming on, AV Texan? Then the name makes sense. Yep, every 6 to 8 months, you need to change the coolant. Yeah, that's the thing. It's too high maintenance of a system. And then it's good to also daily check for leaks too. Most people are not going to do that. They're not going to spend time to check for leaks. I can't wait for the post in the before and after. Hey, there's been some crazy stuff. I know Takuma can vouch for it. We've seen PC builds where they looked a bit sketchy. Like we've seen wires like hanging all over the case on the panel, and they're like, nah, you want to fix that. You don't want to leave that. You don't want to leave that on your side panel, blocking all the airflow. And as soon as you put everything, all the wiring towards the back where it should be, the airflow increased quite a bit, and much better cooling when it came to his PC. Yep, it's best to pressure test the system before adding water. Absolutely. So many people try to say things like when it comes to testing the system, you want to add water to it. That's like the worst thing you want to do first. You want to make sure to that it's sealed first. So a pressure test is certainly the way to do it. Yeah, those boards have so much features and so much on, but I feel not much makes sense. Prefer the ATX form. I agree too. And plus, you need to get a bigger case. You have to make sure your case can support eATX. Now, the only eATX board that I've used is the Threadripper, because the Threadripper does demand more of a larger board. And, of course, you need more expansions and hookups when you are using something like that. But, yeah, the Sapphire is actually a decent deal. What everybody has to certainly be careful of is the current pricing of DDR5, not DDR6, DDR5. The pricing of DDR5 is just quite insane. Even this set, this is actually considered a deal. That's insane. 32 gigabytes of CL36 is $209. That's expensive actually for a CL36. That same set again was half of that. It was half of that, literally like 2 months ago. Hey, it's 90 degrees the GPU hotspot temp okay? First off, I gotta say is that I'm assuming, what are you doing to the GPU for it to hit 90 degrees? I have to ask. I keep seeing these guys in TikTok, by the way, guys posting men first PC builds, something like a 5th gen Intel 1070 Ti. Then it says next picture, men second PC 11th gen 5060. And then it's with a case that's more expensive than the CPU. Like it's a... yeah, exactly. It's, you know, honestly, most people, they don't even start from like a custom built PC. Many people will start from a pre-built PC. There's nothing wrong with a pre-built start because we've all been there. That's how we've experienced being on PC before. But I would imagine for those who are first PC and trying to first custom build a PC, I can imagine it can be quite intimidating. Threadripper prefers a ATX board because of yes, absolutely. It's a lot of RAM slots that get filled up there. Exactly. And I filled it up. I already filled everything simply to Kuma. The only thing I haven't filled up quite yet is the PCI Express slots, which eventually I will because I'm going to end up probably putting a capture card instead. The GPU Power Color Reaper AMD Radeon RX 3060 XT 16 gigabytes. I bought it brand new like a week ago. Yes, I do have a Threadripper. It's funny because that's what that's the one I'm talking about right now. In fact, and I'm just curious. My Threadripper build takes this DDR4, DDR4 3600 megahertz CL16. Let's see how much it is. Oh, they don't even have it no more. That's wonderful. Let's try erasing the CL16. Let's try this. Man, they really don't have anything anymore. That means it's gotten expensive. Amazon probably has it. Let's see. Not wrong. Here we go. Thankfully, I bought a PC and went from my PS5 to build my own PC. Just watch a lot. That's awesome that you did, LSG. Isn't it worth it, though? Like, after you build your PC, it just feels... it's a great feeling. It really is. Did it hurt much paying for... Yes. It hurt badly. You did the right thing, though. You went from, like... you went to just, like, regular man status to, like, God status for... just going straight to PC. Take away the memory. So let's see. DDR4 3600. Isn't that insane though? Like, look, this one here, Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro DDR4 RAM, 3600 megahertz CL18. $175. The cost of this is equivalent to the cost of like DDR5. So that's how you know it's gone up quite a bit up in price. And here goes the set. RGB Pro SL. This one's 3600 C18. So this one's actually the same one practically. Maybe it's a different seller. Previously viewed. There you go. 120 bucks now. But I think this comes from a separate seller. So I completely ignored the cable management when the parts come in the back. Yeah, no one's ever going to see the back. That's true. But you know what, though? I really like Corsair's new case, the Air 5400. Reason why is because it's triple chambered. If you don't know what a triple chambered case is, I will show you momentarily. What is the best cheap GPU for 3D modeling? The cheapest one you can get, I would highly suggest at the minimum a 5070 Ti. At the minimum. If you're going for the cheapest for GPU modeling. It's this case right here. We're going to Corsair's website. I'll explain to you what triple chambered means. So if you guys are we don't care about the keyboard. We want to see the case. So let's take a look here. Air 5400. This is it here. So this is a wonderful case, I gotta say. And what triple chambered is, let me show you what it means. So if you look on the front of the case, you obviously have the front fans here. And the other areas where it's going to also cool is going to be the PSU and also the CPU. But the weird thing is, it's the way they show it's kind of the top view, really, technically. Because the fans up here are going to be for the top. Well, if you look on the front of the case, which is right here, there's going to be fans in the front for the CPU itself. And then the other side of the triple chambers side is for the PSU itself, where, let me see if it shows it. It's actually going to be, I want to see the backside right here. So there's also fans here on the side right here, which is the third chamber, where you can actually cool not just the CPU and GPU, which most of them are. This also will actually cool your PSU, and it will also cool the wires to keep them nice and cool. So I feel that it will certainly help make it even more silent. So I was going to go from PS4 to PC, and then I went to i7-4970K. That a great CPU, I gotta say. That is an awesome CPU. And GTX 1080 Ti was my first system. And then I went from going to AMD Ryzen 1000 Gen, then Threadripper 1000 to 2000, and then Ryzen 5000. And wow, that's quite it. That's above. Yeah, that's what I figured. So again, when it comes to it, that's the use of. No, it's actually not even that expensive, believe it or not. It would seem really expensive, but it's actually only at, for this case, it's, well, I think it was a lot cheaper than that. I think that's with the, okay, that's why. Because it comes with the IQ Link. So if you get it without the IQ Link, it's actually only $230. So you can actually get it for a decent deal for this PC case. It's honestly not too bad. But they do have $5,000 cases. I remember somebody in here actually asked about it. They were going to build a PC, and it was somebody actually on Twitch that mentioned it. And he actually said that he was going to build this PC. I know some of you guys probably remember. And his friend was giving away a 7000X. That's a $500 case. If you see that case, that's an insane case. Let's go back to their cases real quick. I wonder if it's still that price, by the way. 7000X. Let's see if it's here. 7000. Right here. It's a large case. It actually went down quite a bit in pricing. Yeah, this was like a $500 case when it first came out. And, but yeah, this is like a full case. This is insane. It has you can fit 480 millimeter radiators, on the top, on the side, wherever you would want. I really like the Silver Lian Li Odyssey X. Yeah, let's take a look at Lian Li. Lian Li. And we're going to take a... They actually had some decent cases that they were releasing. Let me see if they have it right here, which is, I think this is it, the 011 Dynamic Mini. I remember somebody was looking at that too. Man, it's loading up real slow, their site today. A lot of people. It was the 1000D. Oh, was it? I thought it was the 7000. Oh, really? I thought it was the 7. Ah. Yeah, that makes a difference then. Man, their site is not loading at all. Alright, you know what? Let's just go on Newegg and look. We'll go on Newegg and look for it. Lian Li Odyssey. And here it is. From Israel. I was going to say $870. That can't be right. That's why. That's pretty insane looking, actually. Kind of gives you the classic case vibes. This one. But this isn't it. This is, let me put the XTG. Yeah, I know, it's pretty rough. Let me, you know what? Let me Google it then. There we go. XTG. Now this I like it in black. This one's nice in black. Here we go. All aluminum here. EATX, of course, looks like it does. What's up, ADX? Yeah, it's been a minute. Oh, I just realized the camera just shut off again. Let me go. Yeah, it makes me want to go check the package real quick, see where it is. In your opinion, how often should you repaste? You're supposed to actually do it every 2 to 3 years. You're actually supposed to change out your CPU paste. That's when it's good to change the thermal paste. Welcome back, ADX. How's everything? How have you been? There, I introduced my old setup. In the future, I'm still working. Oh, awesome. Oh, I see your post, Bones. Thank you for joining. And I just got a new PC and setup. How do you like it? If Batman had a gaming PC, it looks amazing though, right? It does look like a Batman build. Where's it? You kind of miss like these type of cases, like these retro cases. And you think PNY has their cases? So let's go on Discord real quick. We're gonna take a look here. We're gonna look at Bones's. And welcome Bones for coming into Discord. And right here, this is his original build, as he mentioned. And we have to switch back over to the browser side so we can look at it. Right here. Oh, that's pretty dope. I like your setup. Looks nice and clean. Yeah, you got some awesome choices here. Oh, wow. Man, I certainly definitely like the work that you do. You even got the custom fittings and everything to give it a nice look. Now this is a really nice setup. I gotta ask, what kind of desk do you have? Can you find your mouse on 16? You know, there's actually a shortcut to find your mouse. Believe it or not, there is a shortcut. That is sick, though. Oh, man. Yeah, I like the joysticks there. Yeah, I know. That's what it seems like. A whole setup war is going to come up. I do have a section for that, too. So if anybody ever loses, like, say if you have a setup like this where you have, like, many monitors, and you're trying to find you're also trying to find your mouse pointer, you can't find it. If you actually go to your pointer options, you just have to click a box that says show location of pointer when I hit control. And if you hit that check mark on that, it'll actually show where your mouse is on any of the monitors. So I actually highlight it if you hit Control. Yeah, yeah, I know, it's insane. Let's go back here to the Discord, and he also has his list here. And take a look at his build. So he has a 7950X 3D, excellent choice. Love that processor, great choice. And he also has the Noctua NHD15, so he cares about the sound. Contact ceiling frame, funny we were talking about that yesterday. The ASUS ROG X670E, G-Skill Trident Z 5 RGB Neo, and he does have up to 64 gigabytes CL30. It's crazy. See, that's normal pricing. $225 is normal pricing for CL30, and that's for 64 gigabytes. That sounds more normal. Samsung 990 Pro, 2 terabytes, 185. ASUS Tough Gaming RTX 4080, 1099. So this is everything that he built his PC there. Would you trade your whole setup for a RTX 5080? Nah, because it's gold? All because it's gold? Control usually shows mines, though that might be something with Microsoft Power Toys, since I always had that loaded to find my mouse. Yeah, it's a good tool to have. Certainly do it. Just if you just go to your mouse settings, you can easily set that on, and I'll show you guys where you can find that real quick. And if you go to I'm going to where. So does the 4080 fit into your case? I assume. Yeah, I'm curious. Does it fit? So it's gonna be over here, and I'm going to switch the windows here, guys, real quick, so you guys can see it. I won't show the windows. But it looks like this. I'll take a picture of it, and I can show it on Discord. As a matter of fact, maybe I can do it like this. I'll just... right here. There we go. There we go. Now, I took a screenshot of it so I can show you guys. So if you ever have that problem, this is the way to do it. Let me see, right here. Okay, perfect. Now I should be able to share it with you guys on stream. It's gonna look like this. So if anybody ever has a problem, oh no, it took a picture in the wrong screen. Nope. Okay. Let me try this. Nope. Video capture and display. There we go. There we go. Now I can show you guys. So it's gonna look like this. I gotta show it onto the vertical side. But it's gonna look like this. And if you guys go into here, it's gonna be right here. Mouse indicator, show circle when I hit Control key. And let me throw this into the vertical side because I know you guys can't see it. I apologize, guys. Add source. There you go. apologize for the hold up, guys. Just throwing this on there. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now I can show you guys. Let me drag this down here. Okay, so it looks like this. So you guys on the vertical side can see this hopefully. And you just have to go to the mouse indicator side. It might be a little small. Let me make it bigger so you guys can see it. You just have to do that. Just turn that on and it will that will actually allow you to be able to, that will allow you to show your windows there. It will allow you to show your mouse pointer. A feature for blind people. I know, it's kind of annoying because I actually didn't get that set up, but there you go. But yeah, that's why I wanted to show. So I apologize for that. Now I know I gotta make another transition for the Windows side. Otherwise I wouldn't show anything there. But yeah, the build looks awesome though. Build looks awesome nevertheless. And let's go back over to Micro Center here. But yeah, it's just crazy how much the cost of RAM just completely just shifted for us there. So that battery's done. Man, I can't wait for this power supply to come in for this camera. I mean, this camera did end up sitting here for quite some time. There we go. Beautiful. Now we're good. Okay, so like this 285K, not a bad deal. Finally hit that $500 price mark, which is awesome. So if you're looking to get like a build with the 8 Intel, you can certainly do it. But just know that if you choose to go with the 8 Intel build, then more than likely you're gonna end up being stuck with that processor, that motherboard for about a good 4 to 5 years. If you're willing to not be able to upgrade the processor, then maybe this is more of a build for you. But for those that are looking to upgrade more consistently, if you are the type to prefer to also upgrade your processor when it does release, you might as well just wait for Intel's new line when it comes to the Panther Lake desktop CPUs. So what's the next shortage? SSD shortage? A CPU? Yeah, I know. There's always a shortage of something. But soon this whole memory issue when it comes to the DDR5 or DDR4 doesn't matter. It seems like that's a more common issue that's coming up right now when it comes to RAM. If you do plan on purchasing some, I would highly suggest to do so because this is going to happen for the next 2 to 3 years. Now, when it comes to GPUs, I'm going to be surprised if there's also going to be a price increase when it comes to GPUs as well, because it does use G7 currently when it comes to NVIDIA, and AMD currently still does use G6 when it comes to their GPUs. So it's a possibility that the pricing of GPUs can also go up with it. So just to give you guys a heads up about it. So SSD storage would be likely because the whole AI is also a capacity of storage. My plan was and is I went with the 7800 X3D because it's only like 8 to 10% slower than the 9800 X3D. Then in the future, I could switch to one of the upcoming AMD X3D2. And I'm sure you guys are looking forward to that. That's a good, decent plans, you know, because if that is going to happen pretty soon, more than likely we can certainly expect some. I really hope to see it at CES 2026. If you guys want to be a part of that stream, feel free to join in. Make sure, don't forget to hit the subscribe and also like this video. If you haven't been following me on Twitch, make sure to follow me on Twitch or on X as well. But they are coming out with this new CPU, AMD. If you guys aren't familiar, they are coming out with what's called the AMD 9850X 3D. If they do release it or announce it then, it's going to be practically 8 cores, 16 threads, has about 600 megahertz of improved clock speeds, and it does use double the L3 cache compared to what you're used to. Instead of just, it'll actually use up to 192 megabytes of cache. So there's going to be quite an advantage to that. And also with the 9950X 3D 2, they're going to call it, is going to be pretty much the same as the 9950X 3D, but instead they're just going to change out the CCD. They'll actually stack all the cores when it comes to it, so it's going to have double the L3 cache as well. Or yeah, the 9600X 3D could happen. And that's when they drop the surprise. It's only for AM6. That would be messed up because they said that they said that it was going to last quite a bit when it comes to this generation. So that would be fast. 600 megahertz jump is crazy, absolutely. It's going to be very noticeable. In fact, it's going to feel like it's probably going to feel a lot like similar to the 9950X 3D, except for the multi-core process. That's definitely going to be something else to beat. What I'm really looking forward to is the Ryzen 10,000 series chipsets. I'm hoping that we'll see more of that. The CPU is good, but your setup would be part for better gaming. Yes. Now, when it comes to speaking of which, to get back onto about the Intel side, if you do plan to get this and you go with the Z890 board, expect to stay with that Z890 board. It's not going to really get too many changes when it comes to the processor side. They're going to get one new processor. It's rumored that the Arrow Lake refresh will also come out. When they do, it's going to be based on pretty much Arrow Lake. It's just a refresh. So it's just going to be a bit quicker, maybe about 10 to 15% improvement when it comes to performance. Efficiency, more than likely, it's probably going to hold the same. They kind of failed at that part when it came to realizing that people also wanted performance when it came to CPUs. So, but you can also get a great deal on Intel. Currently, they have a sale when it comes to their processors. If you do choose to go with a Intel build, they do have games that also come with the processors as well. So they do have 4 different games you can choose from Assassin's Creed Shadows, Battlefield 6. What else is Dying Light is another choice, or you can choose Civilization 7 as your choice when you do purchase a Intel processor. So while I only plan to record YouTube shorts, edit and render them, 7800X 3D should be absolutely better weight on Intel. i7-14700K is the budget option. Yeah, certainly. I'm pretty sure Intel will have the audacity to sell the new CPUs for insane. I think so too. I think they will. So, FanMam guys, I'm just about to wrap this up. If anything, if I do end up streaming later, of course, I might do a test with the power supply when it comes in. If I get the chance, I will definitely let you guys know. Also, we're going to be doing some more tests on the Lenovo Legion Go 2, see how well that ends up working out. I thank everybody for coming into the stream today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, especially with the new POV. Thank you guys again so much for coming in. And then to answer Danny's question, is it worth it? Yes. Just enable the secure boot. It's worth it. 100%. It's going to be the new standard. Just take advantage of it. But could you stream the PSU test? The PSU test. Which PSU test? Let's see. Oh, you mean... Yeah, no problem. I appreciate you guys. Make sure to, don't forget to like, subscribe, and make sure to follow on Twitch as well. I do appreciate it. I'm glad you guys sincerely like it. And I'll definitely set it up a bit more. Pretty soon, my actually work table is actually a lot further than it usually is because of filming. But eventually that'll fall back. I'll try to put Jonah's bed back there, and that way he can be in the POV as well. But thank you guys for coming in as always. If you guys haven't joined Discord, power supply. said a power supply that's coming. I don't remember saying that there's any power supply coming. Yeah, thank you guys. I'm talking about the power supply for the camera. I apologize. I'm talking about that power supply. Yeah, I meaning so it doesn't keep shutting off and everything. I apologize for any confusion there, Xenomorph. Yes. Thank you, Simply Takuma. Thanks. Thanks again so much, everybody. If I do go on again, I'll probably do a gaming stream or something. I remember Xenomorph would like to see it. If anything, I'll probably like play some Battlefield 6 or something later. And I will let you guys know if that happens, if I get a chance. But I definitely got to get this done, because I know a lot of you guys want to see this whole Lenovo Legion Go-To coming up too. But thanks again so much, everybody. And make sure don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. And everybody, have a great Sunday, and hopefully I see you guys soon.